Kerinci, a regency in Jambi province, home to the highest active volcano in Indonesia, known as Mount Kerinci, spread across the lush green Barisan mountain ranges and its fertile valleys. A favorable geographical location and climate for the cultivation of products like cinnamon tea and coffee has placed the region among the top exporters. Within the Kerinci Regency is the city of Kota Sungai Penuh, located at the eastern end of Jambi. The journey to the city from Padang takes almost 7 to 8 hours by road. Kota Sungai Penuh holds a population of approximately 100,000 citizens and has become a rural trading hub that significantly contributes towards the economy and prosperity of the region. Islam reached the Sumatran island as early as 12th century. It was Aceh, a region located at the northern tip of the island, acted as a gateway for Islam to spread all across Indonesia, including Kerinci. Its strategic location next to the Straits of Malacca, as well as its profound economic prosperity, had attracted the Arabs and Indian traders for several centuries. The traditional accounts credit Syekh Syamaluwa, who is popularly known as Syekh Lengi, for bringing Islam to Kerinci. Today, majority of the people of Kerinci are Muslims, even though certain pre-Islamic beliefs and practices still exist as part of their deep-rooted customs and traditions. Sultan Khamid, a descendant of Syekh Lengi, established Desa Pondok Tinggi and became the pioneer of Rio Senggaro clan. Subsequently, 3 clans had joined and resided in the village, namely Rio Pati, Rio Mendaro and Rio Temenggung. In Desa Pondok Tinggi, the 4 tribes built the houses aligned to 4 parallel lanes near to Sungai Journey. To fulfill the spiritual obligations of the community, Imam Muhammad of Rio Temenggung built Surau Temenggung by the end of 18th century. But, as the community grew, a bigger masjid became a necessity. After rigorous discussions, it was agreed to conduct a competition among the 4 tribes to choose the design for the masjid. Subsequently, the design proposed by Mt. Ru of Rio Mendaro was selected and the construction of Masjid Pondok Tinggi commenced on the 1st of June of 1874 with the cooperation of all the 4 tribes. After a century, Masjid Pondok Tinggi is a significant social and communal center for the residents of the city of Kota Sungai Penuh.
Semulanya masjid ini bukan disebut dengan Masjid Agung Pondok Tinggi. Dulunya disebut dengan Masjid Pondok Tinggi. Artinya nama masjid diambil dari nama dusun. Misalkan kita dusun Sungai Penuh, itu namanya Masjid Sungai Penuh. Dibangun di Pondok Tinggi disebut Masjid Pondok Tinggi. Nah, ketika tahun 1953 datanglah Wakil Presiden Republik Indonesia, yaitu Dr. Muhammad Hatta, datang ke Kerinci. Kemudian beliau diajak masuk ke Masjid Agung ini. Beliau melihat ornamennya luar biasa, sungguh hebat, sungguh struktur yang kokoh, yang kuat. Jadi semenjak itu beliau memberi nama dari masjid Pondok Tinggi menjadi Masjid Agung Pondok Tinggi. Jadi tahun 1953.
Masjid Pondok Tinggi interior layout have a simple and direct division of spaces. The rectangular shape prayer hall applies the open layout concept as to inculcate the culture of ancient mosque in Karachi. The female safas brought closer to the imam by using movable partitions that separates between genders. The Friday prayer were attended by male, therefore the partition were moved to provide larger floor area in the prayer hall for the male to perform the salat. The construction of the masjid reflects the ingenious architecture of the local builders and skilled artisans, adapting the systems to its climate and conditions which are exposed to seismic instability. They use pad footings by placing batu sandi directly under the main columns without concealing it in the ground. Erecting the main columns started by assembling them with beams on ground before setting it up. A pair of columns were first set up on the west side, followed by another pair on the east and finally installing a connecting beams between it. The main columns, also known as Jian Panjan Sambili or Soko Guru, consist of 4 octagonal columns, standing at almost 15 meters high, were made and represents each of the 4 clans. Surrounding the Soko Guru are the 8 columns, also known as Jian Panjan Limo, standing at approximately 8 meters tall. Besides being a structural member of the system, they represents the 8 customary laws called as 8 Forbidden Act. A total of 24 columns stands on the outermost part of the masjid, known as Jian Panjan Dua. For further enhancement of the links between layers, sets of suspended columns known as Qian Gantung Sambut with tie beams were attached. As it continues, ridge beams, corner tips and common rafters were placed in sequence for the roof structure from bottom to top. Then, a sole hanging column at Jian Gantung takes its place at the top center of the structure. This 7-meter-long column locks all structural components and places a platform for the mustaka. Roof battens were then attached on the rafters to hold Borneo shingles, which were used as the roofing material. The 3-tiered roof were finally topped by a mustaka that symbolized the oneness of God. These are the architectural features that make Masjid Pondok Tinggi unique. The features are roof tiers, alang, tiang gantung, ball join, muezzin platform and bracket support. Masjid Pondok Tinggi was designed with 3-tiered pit roof, locally called as Atap Tumpang. According to the local, Atap Tumpang consist of Berpucuk Satu, Barampaju Rai, and Bertingkat Tiga. Berpucuk Satu explaining the mustaka that represent oneness of Allah. Barampaju Rai means 4 side of roof. It represent 4 clan that reside in Desa Pondok Tinggi. Bertingkat Tiga is local name for 3-tiered roof, symbolizes the social structure of Desa Pondok Tinggi. Kerinci is located on the volcanic belts which experienced active seismic movements and volcanic activities. Since the construction of Masjid Pondok Tinggi, it had survived several major earthquakes, and notably in 1995, where the earthquake affects the structure of the masjid. Being able to withstand series of earthquakes, Masjid Pondok Tinggi's persistence echoes the brilliance of the previous century's architecture.
Ini batu sendi, pakai sendi. Di Masjid Agung ini juga pakai sendi dulu.
Semuanya batu di bawah ini.
Batu
Tonggak ini.
belum
Besar.
semen ini. Ya, jadi tonggak di atas batu. Andai kata gempa, dia gini aja, nggak jatuh. Kalau sekarang,
Batu besar.
The secret of its resistance lies on its special construction elements. It accounts for three vital components: suspended columns, ball joints, and the pad foundation. Masjid Pondok Tinggi structure are made from timber. Timber has lowest density among construction materials. This property made timber suitable for earthquake-prone areas, since it can tolerate the seismic force imposed on it. Columns were placed on top of pads without having to conceal it in the ground. This allows the column to move about and prevents it to break when the grounds move in occurrence of an earthquake. Ball joint functions as a connector for segments of beams, allowing beams to move without breaking the span of beam during earthquakes. Gantung shares similar functions with the ball joint at the highest parts of the masjid. Generally, the construction of the masjid allows the structure to have movements during an earthquake, thus maximizing the flexibility of the structure by reducing tension on each structural members, transferring the seismic force throughout the structure, and ultimately prevent the structure from rupture or any bending deformation. Interestingly, there is no minaret in Masjid Pondok Tinggi, but instead it is used as an indoor platform for azan, the daily call for prayer. This is one of the unique features of the masjid and old masjids around Kerinci. The muezzin's platform has its own symbolic meaning. There are 17 steps in the first flight that represents 17 rakat of prayer in a day, and 5 stairs in the second flight representing 5 daily prayers. On the platform, there is a pole called Tiang Farsi which represents the oneness of Allah. The whole structure of the muezzin's platform represents the journey of a daily prayer. The walls of the masjid was constructed with minimum openings to minimize the heat lost and to prevent the cold wind from entering the interiors.
Dindingnya dibuat di bagian luar tiang. Kenapa nggak di tiang? Karena kalau di tiang dia itu secara tidak langsung mengurangi kekuatan tiang, maka dibuat di luar tiang. Kemudian ini nggak ada jendela. Kenapa nggak ada jendela? Karena itu tadi pengaruh Hindu, pengaruh keheningan, pengaruh kita ibadah. Seperti orang dulu tinggal adalah di gua, dia tuh perlu ada sebuah pernaungan, tempat tinggal, tempat huni, biar ibadah tuh biar kusuk gitu kan, langsung ke pencipta. Makanya ini nggak ada, tidak menggunakan jendela, jadi biar gelap ini di sini ruangan, biar kusuk.
The brackets support are located at four edges of the masjid, functions to lock the walls together and secure the position of hip rafter. The motif engraved on the brackets consists of collective ornament type. The turik, which is weave and complex of kelak, paku kacang berliming, and some other floral motif like tampok kelapa. The whole decoration element called padma. Minbar was installed around the 1930s. It's located on the right side of mihrab. The minbar still remain its original state until present day. The mihrab of Masjid Pondok Tinggi was part of Masjid extension. It was built in 1925. The mihrab covered with ceramic tiles embellishments, with floral motif, introduced by the Dutch. S-shaped is a genuine ornament of Karachi. The ornament can be seen on the door and ventilation panel. The essence actually came from the shape of Galak Paku Kacang Beliming, which became the main and dominant ornament on the masjid. Kelak Paku derived from fern leaf, while Kacang Beliming from winged bean. A lang is the extension for overhang roof. Each lang on the masjid first roof tier were carved collectively by 90 different families from all the tribes. Beduk is a percussion like a drum used to announce prayer time, or to alert about important things that happens. Different from other Masjid Agung Pondok Tinggi have two beduk instead of one commonly. A larger berduk segentar lamp, is used to alert villages in emergency situation. And a smaller berduk segentar bumi was used to call for congregational prayer. Masjid Pondok Tinggi undergoes few renovations throughout the years. The original masjid has bamboo floors and walls, while ejok were used as roofing material. In between 1874 till 1890, the bamboo walls were changed to wood panels, and in 1891 the roofing were replaced by Borneo shingles. In 1910, the floor were upgraded to gravel and stone. A renovation again happened around 1925, where a mihrab and minbar was added, wooden door replaced, Borneo shingles replaced by zinc, and pualam stone floors changed to cement-rendered floors. Another major change happened in 1980, where bracing were added to the beams and skylights were installed. In 1995, the mustaka fell because of earthquake and replaced by steel mustaka. Lastly, in 2015, another major renovation were made. Painting works were done. Bracing supported and tension cable installed to support structure. Floor were upgraded with ceramic tiles finishes. Worn-out timbers were replaced, and roof purlin added. See Yak House, Berduk Shed. Gate and roofed motorcycle parking were built. Masjid Agung Pondok Tinggi has acclaimed its place in the history of Islamic architecture in Malay world. This masjid has been the center for the society that cherished this house of God in its heart. This masjid remained as a symbol of hope and persistence to the entire community. As a prominent place of worship and education, the spirit and liveliness of the masjid are very apparent till today. It exquisitely remarks the unbent and unbroken values and ideals upheld by the people of Karachi. Masjid Pondok Tinggi has stood tall as the epitome of dedication and devotion for more than a century now, and perhaps will continue to do so for several centuries to come.